Well, I thought for a change this week, rather than have an Australian poem, I'd go overseas, go offshore. And this is a famous poem by Edgar Allan Poe. And it's The Raven.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this, and nothing more." Ah, distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember roared its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly had I sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here, forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly, your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is, I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping, tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here, I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into this darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore?" This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon the bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven. Ghastly, grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before." Then the bird said, "Nevermore." Startled by the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, "Doubtless," said I, "what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, to the dirges of his hope, that melancholy burden bore of never, nevermore. But the raven still beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking, what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining, that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er she shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from some unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite, respite, and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here or shore. Desolate yet all undaunted on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aidenn it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul, from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore.
You know, it's amazing how you come across some of these wonderful poems. That one there, The Raven, was read by James Earl Jones, and of course was by the American poet Edgar Allan Poe. And I discovered the poem, believe it or not, through the cartoon strip The Simpsons. And just watching that and listening to the poem in the background made me start to dig, and I've discovered some wonderful stuff by Edgar Allan Poe, thanks to Matt Goring, of all people. But then this sort of these gems come from all directions. Before the news, when I had that Bella Fleck track on, I have to thank Manny McAllister from Sooners for making me aware of that particular track. So you see, music comes to me from all directions, and I try and channel it and send it out to you and trust that you enjoy it. Rather a sombre track there from the Penguin Cafe Orchestra, simply called Air, from their album Broadcasting from Home. Well, getting back to the music now, we have a track here from Kenny Rankin. Now, Kenny Rankin was a wonderful artist. He died 3 years ago to the day, and he was 69 when he passed away.
I've ordered some rain for tomorrow. The sky will be sunny but wet. And out of nowhere you're suddenly there. And I say, yeah, pardon me, haven't we met? And I've ordered some sunshine with showers. And I've got my scenery set right there where the thumb our umbrella's gonna bump. And I say, yeah, pardon me, haven't we made? Accidents can happen, and into one I'm gonna slide. There's a good chance to get my hands on a little boat man when two hearts collide. And I know that's just how it happened. When Romeo met Juliet, somewhere I read that old Romeo said, yeah, yeah, pardon me, haven't we and I know that is just how it happened when Romeo met Juliet. Somewhere I read that old Romeo said, yeah, yeah, pardon me. He said, pardon me. He said, pardon me, haven't we made? Not have
And we heard there from Kenny Rankin and Haven't We Met? I do believe we have. I know one thing, I've certainly met this lady.
I got no one to dress up for. All's I got is a lonely front door. What is there to do? My whole life's a quiet used to be. You drop on by, lean on my porch, you'd meet you'd come through. But now life's gone a quiet Why'd I love a married man? He said, don't resist. He took my hand. He's the one who's untrue. But now I'm shunned in quiet Well, Adam crunched the apple, Eve copped the blame. 2,000 years, not much has changed. I just stare the whole day through. My life's gone a quiet
The album was recorded at the Old Ely Street Studios in Girards Hill, New South Wales. We heard Christina Olsen on guitar and slide guitar there with vocals, Al Hughes on mandolin, and Scott Hills on the drums. It comes from an album called Quiet Blue, and that was the title track. Incidentally, if you're enjoying Kaleidoscope, depending on where you are on the planet, you can hear a version of the program on the net. Just go to YouTube and you'll find it there.
When I play on my fiddle in Dooney, folk dance like a wave of the sea. My cousin is priest in Kilvarnet, my brother in Marabui. I pass my brother and cousin, they read in their books of prayer, but I read from my book of songs I bought at the Sligo Fair. When we come at the end of time to Peter sitting in state, he will smile on the three old spirits, but welcome me first through the gate. For the good are always the merry, save but for an evil chance, and the merry love the fiddle, and the merry love to dance. When I play on my fiddle in Junie, folk dance like a wave of the sea. My cousin is priest in Kilvarnet, my brother in Marabwee. And when the folk there spy me, they will all come up to me, saying, here is the fiddler of Dooney, and dance like a wave of the sea.
The Fiddler of Dooney was brought to us by that wonderful Irish tenor, Sean Doyle. We'll hear more from Sean, I think, in future programs, and we don't want to take too much away from Across the Irish Sea, however. Well, this next track is one of the artists who's going to appear at the next Folk and Roots at the end of this month. I think it'll be at the Art House in Macomb Street in Scott Street, off Macomb Street at Westcourt. And the track that I've chosen is called You Were Loved, and it's about a close friend who recently passed away.
You're fading faster than the speed of sound, and I can hear you call my name as you go down. I can't do much about the pain you bear, or lift you from your desperate island of despair. But I love you, oh, I love you. Wear these words like your cross, so you remember where you came from. You were loved, you were loved. Do you remember how I fed you bread and wine? I wiped the worry from your brow. It was Christmas time. You made a toast to life, I toasted irony. We laughed until we cried, until we couldn't see. And I loved you, oh, I loved you. Wear these words like your cross, so you remember where you came from. You were loved, you were loved. eyes, you drifted off, the chance was gone. My soul is ringing like an ancient bell. I can't forget how you passed. Oh, I'm still in hell. And I loved you. Oh, I loved you. Wear these words like your cross, so you remember where you came from. You were loved. You were loved. You were loved. You were loved. I still remember how I fed you bread and wine. I wiped the worry from your brow. It was Christmas time.
As you know, the Folk and Roots has artists who are singer-songwriters. It's all original music, and this artist's name is Snez, S-N-E-Z, and she writes her own material, and that was one of hers. A lovely feeling put into that, isn't it? She was the lead vocals with Stuart Peters on the acoustic guitar and the piano. The name of the album is 8 Lives Left to Lose from Snez. We'll give you more details about the album and about the artist as the appearance draws closer. You're listening to Kaleidoscope, and my name is Col Johnson. And I don't normally send out cheerio calls, but there are two special people I would like to mention. They both live in Bristol, Virginia, USA. Hello to Paul Williams and to Ginny Singleton.
Valley through the middle of my soul. Yeah, but at night I wake up with the sheets soaking wet. bed, and a freight train running through the middle of my head. Well, only you cool my desire. Oh, yeah, I'm on fire. Oh, yeah, I'm on fire. Oh, yeah, I'm on fire. Oh, yeah, I'm on fire.
That's Canadian Harry Manx, and he's accompanied by Kevin Brett, and he brought us the Bruce Springsteen song, I'm on Fire. Now, Harry will be appearing at the Tanks this weekend. Don't miss him. The name of the album, by the way, is In Good We Trust.
You've got me smiling while I'm sleeping, stuck on my mind while I'm dreaming, whispering that sweet surrender, flooding me in memories. And it's my heart that is leaping, hoping this love, it ain't fleeting. 'Cause you make me oh so happy, and I don't like it when you leave. So stay with me for a little longer. Stay with me for a little longer, boy. 'Cause I can't be alone when I want you. No, I can't be, oh, I can't be alone
Well, this is a local artist who's just coming on the scene, young lady, who's showing a lot of promise. And this is her first album. When I say album, it's got 6 tracks on it. So I suppose it's either an EP or an album. It's sort of in the middle there. And we heard Stay With Me. And she, of course, gave us the vocals. Her name is Luard. And the acoustic guitar, bass and drums were played by Will Kepper, and the soprano saxophone by Andre Baudet. The name of the album is Unforgiven, and some lovely photography here too, top marks to the photographer. And we'll play more of this young lady, who is the third of the 3 maids who will be appearing at the Folk and Roots Night at the end of this month. And don't forget the name, because it's going to be all over Australia before too long. Luard. Well, it's almost time for me to go. We've got time to probably fit in 1 or 2 more. Here's an old Cairns standard artist. I'd like to hear from him. I haven't heard from him for some time. His name, Raymond James.
Don't believe in miracles. I don't believe in rhymes. There's never one to read Shakespeare. Such a waste of time. I love the sounds of autumn, the rain upon my roof, walking through the winter wood, to you by my side. And if I said I loved you, would you smile and walk away? Strange as it seems, I love you. Believe me that I love you. Believe me, yes I love you. Believe me, I love you. I love a summer's morning, a sweet scented breeze, stepping out to greet the new day, birds singing in the trees, lying in the long grass, the flowers in your hair. I can hear your heartbeat, so happy that you're here. And if I said I loved you, would you smile and walk away? Strange as it seems, I love you. Believe me that I love you. Believe me, yes I love you. Believe me, I love you. Said I loved you, would you smile and walk away? Strange as it seems, I love you. Believe me, yes I love you. Believe me that I love you. Believe me, I love you. Oh yes, I love you. I love you. Stay.
Queensland's own singer-songwriter Raymond James with a beautiful number called Believe Me. Came from his second last release, Songs from a Northern Town. Well, those of us that are living in this northern town, 200 kilometres to the north of us, is a folk festival this weekend. It's called the Wallaby Creek Folk Festival, and I understand a lot of people are going that way. 400 kilometres to the south of us is the Palm Creek Folk Festival, and I don't know of anybody else going that way except for me. I'm hoping to go that way. Unfortunately, I'm not able to drive due to circumstances beyond my control. So if anybody is looking for a free lift, all they have to do is drive my car. I'll supply the fuel and everything else. And it's a return trip, of course. So if anybody out there would like to go to the Palm Creek Folk Festival, please contact me either here at the station or on my Facebook, and we'll get down there together. If not, well, I won't be able to give any news on what's happening down there. I know that people like Alita will be able to give us news on what's happening up at Wallaby Creek. Well, that's it for Kaleidoscope for this week. To take us out, a wonderful piece of music by Tommy Emmanuel called Initiation. And it's a beautiful, expressive piece, and he's a wonderful guitarist. Tommy Emmanuel and Initiation. Till next week, this is Col Johnson saying, thank you for having me at your place. Bye for now.